Hello there, and welcome back to Knights of the Nerd Republic, episode 3, coming at you this week, guys. I am your host, Jared the Dark Jedi Bachman Stubbs, and joining me, as always, is one black leader, Travis Grossman. Iconic soda crack, as always.
I need it.
He's like hunched over it, like Smeagol with the Precious. And we also have the professor himself, Levi.
Oh, yeah. Oyo boyos.
The very chill Oyo boyos. Levi's ready for a nap.
I think we both are today.
Oh, me too. I fell asleep for like 15 minutes right before you grabbed me to come record, so...
I had sat on my testicles on my way over.
Oh.
And I, you can't feel it until you let go of the pressure.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm dealing with right now.
I'm very sorry to hear that. I hope some of these stories brighten your day to the point where you can let your testicle pain let go. Hopefully that time will come, and we can move past these trying times.
Maybe.
May I offer you an egg? Oops. That you don't get an egg anymore.
You don't get an egg anymore. Travis, how was your week, buddy?
The three of us hung out over the weekend and watched anime, and it was quite a time.
Yeah, anime and Schmodown.
Yeah.
We convinced Jared that people don't die in shonen anime. It was quite funny.
You did. Well, because, like, I
People
remember you
die when
saying...
they are killed.
Yes, people do die when they're killed.
Unless it's fairy tale, then they don't.
You convinced me a while ago that, like, there is no point in me holding my breath for certain deaths sometimes while we were watching Code Geass. Because it was one of those situations of, like, unless this character is written to die...
Yeah.
And, like, you can see their death coming from a mile away.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, they're Sorry. They're freaking invincible. And...
You could tell her death was coming? Because you both reacted quite volatile, like... That's not a word.
No.
You know what I mean.
Viscerally, I think is what you were going to say.
Sure.
Okay.
Viceroyly.
Viceroyly. Those droidicas. No. Could I necessarily see her death coming from a mile away? No. But once it happened, you're really able to, like, see the writing on the wall that, like, something horrible would happen.
Mm.
But, like, we've also had, like, the conversation watching My Hero for so long of, like, these are one of those bits of fiction that just the laws of physics are not present.
No.
So, like, seeing Sir Knight with, like, a giant stalactite completely through his stomach frustrated
He's
me.
agile.
He's agile.
His internal organs dodged. His spine moved out of the way.
Yeah, his spine moved
He saw
out
it
of the
coming.
way.
He predicts everything.
Yeah.
So because of, like, past absurdity with that show, I was completely prepared to just be like, it's whatever. But was, like, legitimately shocked when they were like, you need to come say goodbye to this person. So you guys pulled the wool over my head.
We did it.
Are the matches out yet for the general public? Like, would be
The list?
No,
the ones we watched.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I don't think the spoiler ban has been lifted. It's like, in theory, we can freely talk about it.
Talk about what?
The Schmodown
Schmodown
matches.
match.
Oh, okay.
The live event. It's very fun.
Yes.
Guy versus Burnett was...
A time.
With all due respect to all parties, was more competitive than I thought it would be. And Merle v. the Kid v. Bibbs was chaotic, and I really want to watch some of the... I never get the chance to, like, watch, like, SEN and Behind the Schmodown. I really want to watch everything post that match to understand what was going on with all the challenges and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That was absolute chaos. But yeah, and I'm looking forward to the next live event, and...
I was right, it was Atlanta.
Yeah, you're right, it is Atlanta. Look forward to Star Wars Explained playing in the Inner Geekdom. So good luck to Alex Damon. Levi, how was your week, buddy?
Is that what you were going to ask me when you pointed excitedly at me?
When I went like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. My week was cool. Over the weekend, we hung out and watched anime.
And we went to a pretty
We sure
bitchin'
did.
piano recital.
Oh, yeah. Nathan Lee was at St. Vincent College. Dude won a lot of awards. He's 20, right? As
Yeah.
old as me, younger than you two. And
I'm well aware of the fact that I'm an old man doing nothing with his life. Trust me.
This
That's
man,
not true.
This man was playing with his eyes closed. He was playing Beethoven and Bach with his eyes closed.
I don't think I saw the whites of this man's eyes the entire time he was at the piano.
Yeah.
It hurt a little. Here we are in a basement talking into microphones,
Screaming into the ether that is the internet.
and that guy's touring the world with his eyes closed. And
If it makes you guys feel better, I managed to keep like pretty decent notes while having a panic attack in quantum mechanics today. So I'm pretty talented too.
I'm sorry you had an attack today, buddy.
well, I'm glad that you're doing well. I've also been playing League of Legends again with my brother
Yeah.
because the new featured mode is all random, ultra rapid fire, which is they reduce the cooldowns on your
your moves.
abilities an extreme amount, and all sense of macro strategy goes out the window.
Good.
And if they're on the enemy team, they do well, and if they're on your team, it's the worst champion you've ever seen.
I don't
But
recall.
that's how it goes.
Were you on a hot mic when you admonished all League of
Yeah.
Legends players?
Yeah, and I stand by that.
That includes himself.
I couldn't remember if that happened like on air or not.
Oh yeah, it did.
It was very entertaining. Yeah.
So yeah, that's been fun, except for when it wasn't. But
Except for when it wasn't.
Jared,
I feel that.
That is the most universal way of describing life.
Man, that was fun. Except when it wasn't, man. Then it sucked dick.
Jared,
Yes.
how was your week?
So over the weekend we hung out and watched anime.
Did we? I don't know if they know that.
Yeah, we powered through the first chunk of the newest season of My Hero Academia.
First core.
We watched, like I said,
Yeah, they're fancy. They use the word core.
Yeah.
So does Food Wars,
Yeah.
Yeah, but
which you might also like to watch.
He wouldn't like it.
No, he wouldn't.
I can
love
get.
it.
It's not that it's bad, but I live with my mom, and I couldn't like. It's
Oh.
not porn, but
Well,
it is made by
yeah.
a porn studio.
Yeah, it is. I keep forgetting about that.
Yeah,
It's a whole lot of Tiffy.
it's a whole lot of Tiffy.
That doesn't count if you don't see the nip.
Oh my god.
I'm not saying it is porn. I'm just saying that like
There's
I would
lots
not.
of fan service for both sexes.
That's
by the
true.
way.
But I would not feel comfortable with my mom
No.
like walking by and be like, "What is this?"
That's
but
how I felt when
what
I
are you
first
doing?
started playing Soul Calibur.
yeah. Oh,
It's
okay.
Ivy.
I started with 4 because Starkiller Yoda and Vader.
That's where I started too, because of Starkiller Yoda and Veda.
And I remember when the game first came out, like ready for a huge blast in the past, G4, watching like the G4 game review of it, and they were like, they called attention to like, we all collectively forgot how like visceral the breasts in Soul Calibur are. Yikes. And then like several years had passed, and I was at Family Video, and I saw that they had those games in, and I was like, hey, I want to try this out. I want to see how Darth Vader plays in a fighting game. And I was
Surprisingly,
playing.
not well.
I disagree on that. I think.
Yoda was actually busted. Like you couldn't do stuff to him because he was too short.
Oh yeah, Yoda. Yeah, Yoda was not fair. You could barely grapple him. What I thought was funny is the critical finish is everybody's critical finish is different on Yoda.
Mhm.
Like it's literally just a glorified grapple because they could not animate the craziness. Anyway, I remember playing arcade mode because you have to play the arcade mode with whichever console Star Wars character you had to unlock Starkiller. And I was playing through and just Ivy popped up on the screen and I was in this basement and like paused it and went, whoa. Because I was like, hell, like 12, 13, 14. And like completely like, okay, I need to like listen for footsteps upstairs and like just blast through this fight as quickly as possible. So I am not made incredibly uncomfortable if somebody walks in and goes, "What you playing there?" And I was like, "Darth Vader's there too.
I swear.
I'm here for Vader." But yeah, there's lots of
A
fun.
true gentleman plays Soul Calibur for the Darth Vader.
Yeah, true gentleman.
Moral of the story, I guess even porn can have its good plot line.
Yes.
Like Food Wars.
Yeah, sure. I remember you, Spencer, and I having like a very long all-nighter playing Soul Calibur 6, and all of us
Yeah.
as a unit just laughing at how insane the story of this franchise is.
Oh yeah, it's
Well,
bad
that,
shit.
yeah, it's actually not my favorite.
Which is fair.
I just like the character designs, and I think the fighting in it is fun.
Yeah.
But
So when you say you like the character design, Travis,
I like Siegfried.
you like Siegfried?
Yeah,
I killed your mom.
I like
Let's get
killing.
married.
yeah, I like Killick too. Killick was
Killick
my
is
boy.
dope. Killick is dope. I don't know. I think I like Siegfried a lot. For 6, Grow became my main.
I didn't play enough 6. I bought it on sale, so I didn't like.
Yeah.
I have so many games that I haven't touched, and
Yeah, I'm actually planning on like getting a little bit of work back in the Soul Calibur 6 tonight, actually. Because I miss it.
We should create new characters.
We should. I'm
You
down
still
for
have
that.
mine.
A good deal of them, yes.
Travis, did you ever see my
You made an
creations
ass load of really good anime characters.
and Scrooge McDuck?
And Scrooge McDuck. Scrooge is definitely
Scrooge
still
is
there.
Scrooge is pimping.
You better be.
With that,
He's better than he has any right to be.
yeah,
Anyway, let's actually talk about Star Wars.
we have actual news to get into
Technically,
this
we
week.
did for a little bit there.
Yeah,
so.
we did. We did talk about
We hit
Star
our
Wars.
we hit our quota for the week. Let's go.
Yeah, we
Did you see
said the name Darth
custom-made
Vader.
Star Wars like TIE Fighter animation on YouTube?
No, I did not.
Like in the real old anime style?
No.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, you should look that up.
I'd like to see that.
Mhm.
Last week, in true This Crew fashion, right after we finished recording, it was literally like the hour after last week's episode went up. Reports about Kenobi being in danger were aplenty. We're going to walk through that whole cluster situation and talk through it. Those of you who are listening can go onto our website, www.thenerdacademypodcast.com, and look through the show notes so you can kind of guide yourself through this story. I highly recommend looking at the show notes for this.
And those of you who aren't listening should listen.
Yes. I was going to say those of you who are listening on the website and then went, but they can still access the website.
Like they can just open a new thing
Yeah,
on
they
their phone or on their computer.
Yeah. Basically, if you're listening on YouTube on your phone, you're going to be a little hamstrung.
Nah, dude, it does the little window thing.
Does it do that for everybody now?
I believe so.
That's awesome.
It only works half and half for me.
It's not supposed to work with music,
Yeah,
is the thing.
because you're supposed to have to get like YouTube music for that stuff.
Oh, let me just do that.
So these rumors started on in the We Got This Covered sphere, which for those of you who are not savvy for what film and TV trades to follow religiously, We Got This Covered is utter garbage. It is like the tabloid rag of this realm of news. So they had reports coming through on January 19th that Kenobi was canceled, and that it was either in danger of being canceled, or no, it started on the 17th with Lucasfilm reportedly canceled the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV show. It started there. And
So
then-
technically before our episode last week, but we didn't
Yes,
cover it because it was
it was We Got This Covered, and I was like, I'm not touching this with a 10-foot pole.
I hadn't even I never saw those reports. I saw everybody immediately jumping on, no, that's fake, Kenobi's still happening. Like, I didn't see any of the actual reporting beforehand.
Yeah, well, I saw a lot of people like we've worked with and like people we respect like getting freaked out just as it's a scary headline.
Yeah,
and normally we got this covered is more in the sphere of like, Marvel and DC stuff, which shocks me because it's easy to get a shitty Star Wars headline out there. But a lot of people just saw this headline and got freaked out. And, everybody just kind of like blew it off for them. And then after we had uploaded the episode, Collider reported an exclusive from them. And here we go. Exclusive Obi-Wan Disney Plus series on hold as crew sent home. And this story basically went that they wanted to rework the script and everybody was at Pinewood Studio ready to hit the ground running and start filming and making movie magic happen, or television magic happen, rather. And the show was put on hold, quote, indefinitely, because Kathleen Kennedy was unhappy with the scripts and wanted people to kind of go back and retool some things. The biggest fear being that the nature of the show ended up feeling a little bit too similar to The Mandalorian because you have the element of show taking place mostly in the desert and the protagonist is in some way, shape, or form defending a small child. So there's that report, and the Hollywood Reporter also had a scoop in the same realm. Scoop uppa. If Michael ever listens to this, he is not going to be happy.
Scoop up.
And then the Hollywood Reporter also corroborated this story with Obi-Wan Kenobi series on hold as calls go out for new scripts. So, we have all of that floating around out there. Things are not looking great. And then literally the same day as all of this goes up, Ewan McGregor was doing press for for Birds of Prey. Tune into
that poor soul.
Yeah, yeah. I keep forgetting he's in it. And then like he'll show up in a random trailer like, is everybody having a good time? And I'm like, oh, I know you're not. But Obi-Wan, Ewan McGregor was doing press for Birds of Prey and was asked about it. This is all happening on the same day. And he just explains that he used the verbiage, it's not all as dramatic as people are making it sound. And said that things just needed to be retooled and shifted around. And he said the production slid back. Apparently they were supposed to really rev up for production this year, this summer. Is what I believe he said, that like things were really going to pick up and they'd be shooting on location at that point. But he said that things had been pushed back some and that production would most likely start closer into next year. But said that he does not expect the premiere date for the Obi-Wan Kenobi series to be changed at all. All of that said, this story is very murky. The links to everything are in the show notes. I highly recommend everybody listening who has not been able to keep up with this story because it has been developing at a breakneck pace.
Yeah? Are you sure about that? That might become a new soundbite.
Break-necked paste. Shit. I hate myself.
It's been developing very fast, so if you want to get caught up, please go to our
quite
website
quickly,
and look at
if
the show
you will.
notes.
It's been going at a fast clip.
Very super duper extra fast.
Shut up. I hate you all. And there's basically been a new development every hour whenever all that was going on. So you guys can fill yourselves in at your own pace, if need be. I personally think this is a good sign, as weird as that is to say, because from everything we've heard after the fact, it sounds like episode 9 was, I don't want to say a rush job, but
It was though.
yeah, they had no intentions of taking a deep breath in the production of that.
Yeah.
And this is a good sign to me that they have every intention of taking their time with this story. Which is good. I know I've been saying since day one, I want to see Old Man Logan, but Obi-Wan Kenobi very badly with this story.
Old Man Obi.
Old Man Obi, yeah. I will say, allegedly, it also, the episode count went down from 6 episodes to 4. Which, again,
I don't know if that's
But-
confirmed or not.
Yeah, McGregor said he hadn't heard anything about that.
So that is another part of the story that is floating around out there. Again, that's not necessarily a bad thing because, I mean, granted, it's not necessarily always a good thing to point to the final season of Game of Thrones, but one thing they did do well was the fact that they were like, okay, we have a shorter amount of episodes, but almost all of the episodes are going to be an hour and a half. So for all we know, we could be getting like essentially 4 Obi-Wan movies that make up this series, which I would not have a problem with.
I'm surprised after like Sherlock blew up that like every season was like 3 episodes of hour and a half long episodes. That format didn't take over more.
Yeah.
Because like
especially in the streaming space.
yeah, like it worked so well for Sherlock. It works very well for Sherlock. It could work well for Star Wars.
I would very much love that. I know that was a complaint a lot of people had with The Mandalorian.
I was very surprised. Like the first episode it was like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And I was
if
like,
that, yeah.
And I was like, okay, this is probably shorter. It's an intro episode, whatever. When the second week was 40 minutes, I was like, hello? Is this right?
Yeah.
I was very shocked. Not that it was bad. Like it actually made it easier to squeeze in.
Yeah, I mean,
40 minutes versus an hour, it like adds up over time. Like today, I would have saved 40 minutes watching the last 2 episodes of Arrow, which I did. It's
which
finally today.
Can't wait to talk about on TNet next week.
Yeah.
Nobody saw the way Travis's eyes glazed over, but they did. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what comes of this. Happy they're taking their time with it. Levi, your thoughts, buddy?
I never wanted an Obi-Wan series.
Hot take.
What about a movie, or are you just like cool with no more Obi-Wan?
Yeah, I was cool with no more Obi. I'm getting tired of this the in between the Republic and the Empire.
Yeah. I mean, the stuff between episodes 3 and 4, that era is rot at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the Star Wars content that has come out since the Disney acquisition has been the in between 3 and 4.
Yeah. I would have enjoyed a young Obi movie or series. This pathetic excuse for a Jedi is training with Qui-Gon.
Highly recommend Master and Apprentice then. That book is very good.
I read Dark Apprentice, but that's not canon.
I was going to say, I couldn't
Dark
remember.
Disciple. No, not Dark Disciple, because that's Asajj Ventress.
That one is canon.
Right.
Yeah.
No, there was this one where it's like, it was Qui-Gon's old apprentice who...
Oh, I know which one you're talking
excuse
about.
me, Padawan.
Yeah.
Who went rogue.
Yeah,
and then-
Xanatos, yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
I remember who you're talking about.
And then they went to the planet and killed him, I think.
Yeah. I remember that story.
I was in the Bagley Elementary Library.
Ooh, deep cuts.
And I read it.
Deep cuts all around. I would have liked to have seen
one time at that library, I took manga for my my like daily reading, and the librarian made fun of me.
That's so sad.
Who made fun of you?
The librarian,
Mrs. Graber.
I think I don't remember her name. I never liked the library. I don't like reading. Like it's just not my thing.
Some dude got his recess taken away because he didn't check out a book, but it's like he wasn't gonna read it anyway, so he didn't waste his time.
That is hilarious. I remember when I was a young laddie, I brought home the book titled The Sissy Duckling, and like my mom was like so impressed with me, and I ended up reading it and I was like, this is really good. And it was like from a very before the term toxic masculinity was ever really thrown around, it was very much calling into question that like boys will be boys, like overly aggressive, overly rough mentality, and how like you're just expected to be that way. My mom was so impressed with me. I was like, I just grabbed this. I grabbed this because I was told to. Because I was told to grab a book, and then actually read it and was like, oh hell yeah, like this is dope.
Rock on, brother duck.
Rock on, brother duck. That's gonna be the thing that's gonna be like the quote of the show this week.
Yeah,
that should be the episode title. Just rock on, brother duck. There was another rumor floating around. This was more like born of the Reddit scene. So
it's absolutely false.
Well,
I don't know what it is, but
okay. Well, the same.
You watch your
we
mouth.
Were saying,
the Jar Jar theory came out of Reddit.
Yeah, it sure did.
Okay, that's fair, but also Sith Wayfinder started on Reddit. So there's a give and take here with what we can take from Reddit at this point. And I'm hoping
nothing from Reddit.
Okay, well, I'm hoping it's true because my pipe dream about Asherad Het being the villain of this show is that rumor.
Yes. Okay.
So, like, huge fingers crossed that I called this like a year and a half ago. And they adapt that story from the comics and recanonize.
This better be.
You just terrified me. Whatever that noise was.
That was Tusken Raider noise.
Okay. I'm getting another drink.
You know what would be great? If they do Asherad Het as the villain and have that showdown be the climax of the show, I hope the fight opens with Obi-Wan doing the Blu-ray screeching.
That's what I was going to say.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Now I have to say something else. I hope...
Or you could just do the screech.
No, I hope the...
No. Drink.
Yeah, get me one of those. Though... I hope
Get him a thin, long fan, Travis.
I hope that they start out with Het and Obi-Wan as being like kind of buddy, kind of like I don't know, like John the Baptist, like in the desert and everything, and then Het tries to teach Obi-Wan about the Tusken culture, and that's how the scream comes about, because like he can't do it for the life of him.
That's hilarious.
And then,
I love that.
And then he tries it like at some time before their big fight, and then that fight's the reason the Tusken Raiders are scared of him.
Ready?
Oh, fuck it. Ow. Sorry, I dropped the bomb, but that hurt my ear holes. Oh, I'm sorry to everybody who has their
Get some
headphones up loud.
self-restraint, dude.
I'm sorry. That was my impulse. Like, I had a shockwave sent through my ears.
Oh, no,
I'm
I don't
sorry.
blame him. I've done the same thing.
I know.
Not to the can cracking, but I don't remember what it was. It might have been like one of Mike's random screeches.
Yeah, that or I think someone just said the word Titans and then you started cursing.
I almost did it right
You
there.
did. I know. I saw it. But
twitched.
Yeah, I'm very interested in what Kenobi ends up becoming, and very, very much hoping for the Asherad Het story to become a thing. Travis,
Me.
there is a classic video game that might be coming back. You want to talk about it?
Nah.
Okay.
Anyway, there's this classic video game coming back. You guys want to talk about it real quick?
Yeah, sure. I'd love to hear about it.
Okay. There is a possible remake of Knights of the Old Republic. Hey, kind of like what we're calling. It's almost like we thought of that.
Steel City Con is
Can
scaring
we sue?
me.
Why?
Steel City Con has an epic headliner announcement coming for Steel City Con April 17th through the 19th, 2020. One of the biggest celebrity guest announcements we have ever made. This guest will be here all 3 days. Be prepared for prime time. And then it's just a picture of a fedora. I swear to God, if they pull Dan Aykroyd, and that's a Blues Brothers reference, I'm going to be stunned. John Lovitz and Dan Aykroyd. This is going to be SNL Con at this point. As you were, I'm sorry.
Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic is getting a remake.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I have to say that for legal reasons.
For legal reasons. Allegedly, you rebooted Knights of the Old Republic.
Jared, you had mentioned off off air that it could be. I've seen that it would just be both Nights and Nights
there's two conflicting reports. One saying that it's just a remaster.
Yeah, and it would just have both games on it, and the other that you mentioned that both stories would be conjoined together.
Yeah,
I'm more likely so. If they're going out of their way to kind of like the Final Fantasy VII remake,
I don't know if it would be both games. For if it's, I think if I'm not mistaken, the report that claims that it's just a remaster is claiming it's only KOTOR, just the first one with Revan. And then the one that says that they're conjoining it is also claiming that version would then be canon. Which is, again, a huge toss-up with no guarantee to it. Because they're still printing Legends books. They're still making money off of the Legends material, which is whatever. But there's no
money.
There's no guarantee here that, there's no guarantee that whenever this gets announced that Revan becomes canon overnight. There's also the report from
his name is canon though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which opens
so Revan is canon.
A Revan is canon. Yeah.
And that opens the door for them to be okay, it is this Revan. If they want to.
Yeah.
I feel like it makes
cool. If they don't make it this Revan, I feel like they're gonna make mad a lot of the fan base.
Yes, they will. But they'll also make a lot more money to remake this
new Revan.
remake this game and then make a different version of the Old Republic in some facet, either a book or a new film or a TV show, whatever.
Or this ties into the High Republic stuff that's being teed up by Project Luminous.
And now suddenly that's Revan, but now they made double their money,
Which will make the mobile game Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes really interesting because they added a whole lot of Legends characters, namely Old Republic stuff. And they have Jedi Knight Revan and Darth Revan. And I'm going to laugh my ass off if a new canon Revan gets added.
That's
that's its own thing. And now you just have a Superboy situation.
You don't think just a remake and canon would get as much money?
Remaking it alone is going to make a fortune. If they do this, they're already set for life because it's EA.
Yeah.
But they will have enough money to bathe in cash, the entire corporation will, And the safe bet is to just remake the game, put the canon stamp on it, and be done with it.
I think if it is a straight up remake, you do not recanonize it. I really think it would be.
As someone who's never played it, that's the easy route. I don't know.
No, you're right. The reason I think it's easier to keep it in Legends is because.
No, you're right. Here's why I'm right.
No, you could go either direction. I just because of how much they've tried to curate the canon with how much is going on in Knights of the Old Republic, there's because. The canon has done so much, we're going to reference the name of things and not explain them. The 100-Year Darkness happened. What happened in the 100-Year Darkness, we don't know. We don't know if it's the same 100-Year Darkness from Legends or not, just something with that name happened. Malachor is a planet that is very important to the events of the second game. We also have Malachor being the planet in Rebels where the whole showdown with Ahsoka, Maul, Vader, Kanan, and the Inquisitors happens. Mm-hmm. So, is that the same Malachor now? There was a huge battle that happened on Malachor where all of those bodies get petrified. Did that happen because of Revan? Because there was a huge battle on Malachor that caused the mass death of thousands of people? Is that crazy event, or did just two mass genocides happen on Malachor now? You get into this weird space where just simple implications make things really muddy, and then it just turns into a point of contention that people just argue about for years. So that's why, unless they are going to do a amalgamation of these two stories to streamline them and be able to be very prodigious with what they allow to be recanonized and allow implications to be made deliberately, that, in my opinion, would be a safer bet. but a lot of people would be very happy to just full sail Knights of the Old Republic is canon.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, either way, like I said, they're going to make a lot of money. My biggest fear, again, this is all rumors.
Yeah.
But like, if they're going the full remake route, it's like, just to make it look good, you'd have to.
Yeah.
You know, that it gets lost in development, kind of like the Final Fantasy VII remake. If either of you guys have kept up with that,
I'm not familiar enough with the production of that now.
They announced it when I was still in high school.
Oh.
And it's just getting released part of it is just getting released next year. Maybe. Who knows?
Oh, I thought this was a second remake.
No. This is like...
Just the first Final Fantasy VII remake.
Yeah.
Wow. Guess they were too busy making
They've
Final Fantasy 137.
Yeah, basically. Well, like, they've
franchises I'm never going to attempt to get into.
The thing about Final
Fantasy's dumb.
It's not...
That's
you don't have to play every
opinion.
game. Each one is its own story. Like,
Yeah,
they don't interconnect at all.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so
I
like,
thought it was all one massive narrative.
No. So like, I've played 7, and that's it.
I've played 3 and 7. 3 was good.
7's fine
7's everyone's favorite, yeah.
because it's the easy one.
Mm-hmm. I think
It's
3's better.
it's the easily digestible one.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought it was just all one massive, 13, 14 part narrative, 15 part narrative.
15 and 2 of them are MMOs, so...
My point exactly.
You played Kingdom Hearts, so you kind of played Final Fantasy.
I never actually played Kingdom Hearts.
Me neither,
I thought
actually.
You did.
I'm familiar with the narrative of it.
You're familiar with the Kingdom Hearts plot line, but not
yes,
Final
I've
Fantasy.
never actually played those
That's
games.
impressive.
I haven't either, but when Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, I watched everyone's Kingdom Hearts recap because my roommate...
That is exactly what I did.
My roommate at the time
and now I know the name Xehanort.
Yep, Xehanort.
Voiced by Christopher Lee.
My roommate was super into Kingdom Hearts. He was like, yeah, here's the basic rundown. And I was like, I don't know, what? So because I thought it was comical watching everyone be like, this storyline is asinine and awful.
Yeah.
There's no way to feasibly keep up with this, so good luck.
This is what happens when your mobile game is canon.
I think that's a good way to look at that. You say that that's how weird Knights of the Old Republic can be, though.
Yeah,
is there's elements of this storyline that is just really insane. So I'm looking forward to see if this comes to fruition. I also this report, we brought it up, that in the whole wave of what allegedly is coming of Project Luminous, there's supposed to be a video game. This could be the Project Luminous video game, because we have the whole High Republic thing. Maybe they're going to go, okay, the old Republic, the old Republic ends with the Revan conflict. And Revan hijacking the Mandalorian Wars and what's going on there. And you mentioned earlier, SWOTOR. We're again, that's where it becomes super convoluted, where it's oh, Revan and Alec didn't just go into the unknown regions and fall in love with the power of the dark side. They got hijacked by don't tell me.
Okay, I will.
I'm losing his I lost his name. Darth Vitiate. Darth Vitiate's hiding the secret evil empire and and they get seduced by him, and now Revan's siphoning off Vitiate's siphoning off Revan's power, and it just gets so convoluted that just streamlining it would be smart. So who knows what could happen with this?
I want to see it all canonized, because think of all the the films and the series they can make just with the Dark Council.
I think we have each opinion at the table right now.
Yeah.
Because you do, I'm indifferent, and Jared doesn't.
Yeah, that's the other thing that was, I'd rather see that adapted. I'd rather see the Revan narrative that flows around him. I'd rather see that put on a big screen of some sort. I think it would function well as television because of how much there is there to digest. But by the same token, I wouldn't begrudge it being a film, or maybe you do the plot line of SWOTOR or KOTOR 2 with like all the not Kamari Vosa. I can't remember. The Jedi Exile, who has a name that is escaping me. But like having the story of the Jedi Exile be a TV show, like, because her whole story is basically being in the shadow and in the aftermath of what happened with Revan. Yeah. So there's a lot to do here, and I would like to see what becomes of it. And you're right, Travis. I like that there's an opinion of each.
Yep. I simply think if they canonize it all, make adaptations here and there to make sure everything flows smoothly this time around, I think that's a lot of money and a lot of material they can work with. It could definitely be, yeah. Like, get all of the origins to the Sith in, maybe cut out space dragons, and go from there, And
that's like that's part of that era that I'm just not ready for them to cover, because there's a part of me that is not fully ready to let go of like the ancient origins of the Sith. Because, like, I'm not prepared to say goodbye to Exar Kun. Like, fully. Like, I know he's not canon anymore right now.
Keep him.
I know. I really badly would... If they had the balls to be like, oh, okay, and here's this fallen Jedi who looks like Michael Fassbender with a ponytail. Mm-hmm. Do you have a device handy to talk through the concept art story, or do you want me to?
The concept art for what?
Duel of the Fates.
No.
All right. So we got a leak of the concept art from Colin Trevorrow's Duel of the Fates. We talked about this not too long ago. In the concept art leak and all the images being shared around, one of the images in the leak was of R2-D2 with like scorch marks on him, and 3PO kind of embracing him, and somebody retweeted that specific image asking if Colin Trevorrow actually was a heartless bastard and killed R2 off on screen. To which Colin Trevorrow said, no, it was never my intention in Duel of the Fates to kill R2. He just...
Star Wars is the story of R2, so he can't die.
Okay, George. I know. Whenever George Lucas said specifically that Attack of the Clones is R2-D2's movie, this is one of my favorite Lucas quotes of all time. But Trevorrow confirmed that Duel of the Fates is 100% legit, as is the concept art, because he clarified that he did not attempt to kill off R2. He just took a really bad hit during the Battle of Coruscant. Speaking of which, talking through the art here...
Why don't they just blow up Coruscant?
I mean, that's a great question. I'm sure there's like a stupid reason.
Is it because they want to utilize Coruscant when they take over?
Yeah, well, because like you can't... They say in the Revenge of the Sith novelization, and it's a great point, that like there's no way in hell that you can successfully invade Coruscant, because like it's so big and has so many, like literally is so deep because of the levels.
Yeah,
that it would just be like a constant tug of war. So the only way to like really take over Coruscant is to pull a Palpatine and just have the government change or blow it up. So the concept art from Duel of the Fates is actually some really cool stuff. There is a massive Star Destroyer here above the skyline of Coruscant. There is a public execution with I can't believe I'm about to say this word, lightsaber guillotine, about to behead a rebel pilot.
Oh, that's stupid. I see this. That's dumb.
With what looks like Phasma, or
the revolution begin, brothers.
Yeah. The trial of space bread. It looks like Phasma, but it could very well just be like another like commander.
Whoever
captain.
took her place.
Yeah, the same way like there was Captain Cardinal before her. We have an image.
Or just a nameless guard.
Yeah. We have Tor Valum, who we heard about as being allegedly Palpatine's mentor, who, for those of you who played Fallen Order, looks like a Zepho.
Yep.
Which is very interesting. kind of a loaded thing there. We have 3PO and R2 going through a dilapidated city street. Another cool one, which was also...
turning. I will put it up on my phone.
Okay.
You keep like smacking the
I
mic
know, I'm
stand.
sorry. I wanted Levi to be able to see it.
Levi doesn't have eyes. Why would he be able to see it?
That's a good point. Add that to the deep lore of this show,
Yeah,
guys.
I'm blind.
Levi's blind. That's why he could see that piano player had his eyes closed. We have
Blind people have telepathy.
telepathy.
You did not link them on the show notes, right?
The story's there. If you scroll to like the image of the
Oh, that joke doesn't make sense because he wasn't blind.
if you click on the story, it takes you to Star Wars Newsnet, and if you scroll through, there's the image of Rey in the concept art, and then all the art's there.
Hey, babe.
Oh, this is where the black suit comes from.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have what was also teased in the or what we talked about, that Kylo fights Vader in a Dagobah style cave scene, which is really cool and it looks really cool. We have Rey, Poe. Bondin is the name of the planet that they're on. Like we said before, Rose had a bigger role in the script where she and BB-8 take out some First Order tech. We have an image of that happening.
I like that in all versions of this movie, there's the same shot of Finn shouting.
Yeah,
that it's been in every movie.
Literally just. It's not the same.
It's what he does.
And the shape of his mouth looks like he's screaming Rey!
Because he certainly is.
So we have him shouting Rey. We have a bunch of walkers. Rey fighting a giant monster. More First Order tyranny for a couple of these. We have Rey and Kylo having a showdown here. Rey brandishing a saber staff and skin-tight Luke Skywalker cosplay. And Kylo looks remarkably like Darth Revan now. His helmet does not resemble what he used to wear at all. It's just very Revan-esque.
How can you see that?
It isn't the same helmet.
Yeah, it is.
Not really.
Because there's the large brow. Those are his eyes. That's the same helmet.
I wish he didn't have a helmet, period.
Agreed. Yeah, after he smashed it, he should have been done with it.
Yeah.
We again have the picture
that wholeheartedly.
We have the picture of R2 not being dead, luckily.
Yeah, but 3PO on the other hand, dead as a doornail.
Yeah. We have, like we said before...
I hate this picture. I don't know what it is.
Of Luke?
I despise it.
I love this.
The whole,
I love the concept of,
I hate... Because, Force ghosts are a legitimate thing, it would be one thing if he was hallucinating Luke, but if if Luke's ghost is haunting him, I hate that.
I don't like Luke...
See you around, kid.
I don't like Luke haunting him. I like Luke being there to kind of, try to level with him.
Yeah,
and
as far
as Kylo's concerned, it's a haunting, because he doesn't want Luke there, but Luke is, trying to just,
I also hate him... I wasn't a fan of him catching the lightsaber in Tross. Not because of the whole it spits in the face of the Last Jedi, but because a ghost is physically grabbing something, and now he's physically grabbing so much is wrong with that picture.
See, I like this more than him catching the lightsaber in Episode 9, because this is this is. Since Trevorrow confirmed the script, the final showdown happens on Mortis. Or, I don't know, no, I don't think the final showdown happens. Rey and Kylo's final showdown happens. The final battle of the war happens on Coruscant, I believe.
Yeah.
But, this is kind of a nod to the Mortis arc, because there's a scene where Anakin tries to attack the father, and the father so the father or the son grabs Anakin's lightsaber blade and shoves it back into the lightsaber hilt. So I kind of like this scene of Kylo lashing out at Luke and being reminded that the Force is more powerful than any one individual.
Yeah, but Luke is one individual.
He's an emissary he's part of the living Force now, though.
I just still don't
But
like
the
it.
father, son, and the daughter are the Force.
I know. I'm just saying.
Them doing an impressive Force feat, that's not the same as Luke doing.
But Luke is pure Force at this point. Like he.
So the
is
saber should
Force.
just
So
pass
is
through him.
Obi-Wan and Yoda.
I think he's deliberately like.
So why didn't Obi-Wan or
It's
Yoda
dumb.
take a
It's
saber
dumb
and
and you're
stab
wrong.
Palpatine through?
Well, they
as a
said they
ghost?
couldn't intervene, so I'm sure.
Okay,
there's a
that's
reason
dumb.
I know. I'm not saying that the Force ghosts make any sense. I'm just saying that
This is dumb.
we've agreed.
Yeah,
I'm
this
saying that Disney and the narrative here has agreed that like we're going to use
the alliance
Force
of Jared
ghosts.
is dumb has now been formed.
May I join?
No,
Okay.
not yet.
Not yet.
You have to prove your allegiance. Say that this picture is dumb.
I'm not going to say this
Then
picture is
you can't
dumb.
join.
There's no way I'm going to
You
say
can't
this
come into
picture
our
is dumb.
treehouse.
Okay, I won't.
Let's build a treehouse.
There was lots of controversy about that. The skin, the black suit.
Outfit. I don't like that either.
I think it's
Yeah,
so
why
stupid.
Why?
I think it's too much like Luke's. It's
It is Luke's. It's the
Yeah.
same freaking costume. Only hers is skin tight. Like, instead of it being a jumpsuit that, like, fits on Luke, hers is like, you can see a nice boob outline.
Can you?
not in that shot.
Was there another shot?
There's the one of her fighting Kylo. Yeah, hold on.
But she has boobs.
You're right, but it's the fact that, like, that it immediately almost turns into, like, the way that, like, Mara Jade is drawn. And stuff like that. Like, it's just frustrating. Rey's...
It is harder to tell in these concept images, but like,
Yeah, this doesn't sound.
It's not even the chest that bothers me; it's
terrible.
the legs.
yeah, that I don't like that Rey is like completely denied having being her own character, like both by Terrio and Abrams, and then now by Colin Trevorrow. Like,
this can just be a nod to what everyone's familiar
it's literally
with.
but nobody who wants
Luke
to
became the master in episode 6, introduced in that outfit. It's just a nod to it.
It's not a nod, it's the same costume. Like, it's not a nod.
Not just that, it doesn't look good on her.
I don't think it. Yeah, it's a weird look for her.
That's true.
Like, robes suit her much better. I think it much better exemplifies who she becomes.
Yeah.
Granted, like, bar events of The Rise of Skywalker, like, who she is, like, on the road to become post-Last Jedi, the robes fit way better.
Well, just as a character and her general aesthetic, the robe tunic look is just a good look for her because it fits in with her character.
I agree with that, but I don't get the hate for this.
I think it also stems from, again, like, this need for her to be the manifestation of Luke and Leia. Like, because Chris Terrio and J.J. Abrams kept talking about, like, Rey's journey is to fulfill Luke and Leia's legacy. Rey's journey is to do these things. Rey is righting the quote-unquote original sin of separating the twins by burying the lightsabers on Tatooine. Everything keeps coming back with their version of her that we got, of it being a matter of Rey has to somehow... Rey's now become the exaltation of Luke and Leia instead of being her own character. Where now, even in this version, this very strange version that we didn't get, there is still this Rey somehow has to pay ultimate homage to Luke by literally cosplaying him. I think it just looks absurd.
No, she wouldn't know what he dressed as. So it's like it's a symbolism of her being a master Jedi.
Well, Jedi Masters wore Jedi robes until Luke was wearing
until
robes.
They became blind and got genocided.
Yeah, and then Luke
he was wearing robes, but
again.
it was black.
No, yeah, and then after that, when Luke actually became a full-fledged Jedi Master, had his own academy, was training students, was back in the long flowing robes with the belt and the cape.
And he failed too.
He did. You're right.
So what we're saying,
all right. So also, if he had robes and she didn't, it's not the same outfit.
But she's wearing the same. It's the black jumpsuit. She even has the open flap that Luke has on the Death Star when he gets attacked by Sidious. Like, I just
don't see how that takes away from her as a character.
It's the fact that it keeps coming back to her having to be an extension of Luke Skywalker. and that like everything keeps coming back to like Rey has to either be descended from a bloodline.
So the reason The Force Awakens works by being kind of a rip of Episode 4 is because Finn, Poe, and Rey all feel like genuinely their own characters. They don't like... Rey is not a one-to-one comparison of Han, Luke, or Leia. Finn is not a one-to-one comparison of Han, Luke, or Leia. Such and such.
Yeah.
We're seeing these new people interact in this situation we're familiar with. To then have her have to then become a one-to-one for Luke just is boring.
Yeah. And like
she has other character traits other than look what I'm wearing.
You're right. I'm just saying that
she can be a well-developed character and still have an outfit.
We don't know what her.
I just don't get it.
No, what I'm saying is...
I don't get how that detracts. I don't get how...
This is the icing on the cake of Rey is not only a Palpatine, but has to now be the, torch carrier for Luke and Leia. And not insofar as that she is the new last Jedi, but insofar as she has to right all these wrongs, be all these things, bury the sabers, I saw this one hilarious.
If we got this version of the movie and that was the only callback was her in that outfit, it'd be fine.
Yeah, I would have made fun of it because it's goofy that she's cosplaying Luke. And it would all depend on how she's brought to fruition in this movie. I'm just saying that in conjunction with The Rise of Skywalker, it's just icing on the cake of them completely dropping the ball on Rey's character. Because
with how many other callbacks we see just in these images, with what we've seen in the leaked script,
yeah,
it wouldn't have been good.
Yeah, because and the one thing that I can definitely get down with from what we've seen is that this story keeps Rey as being a nobody. And the whole Luke and Leia, from what I remember from the Duel of the Fate script, address you didn't come from an amazing legacy, but as far as we're concerned, you're just as important to us. You matter to us in the same way that Kylo is saying you're nothing, you're no one, but not to me. Which is great. It's just this really weird icing on the cake of why does Rey have to be an extension of Luke, an extension of Leia. I saw a lot of people making jokes on Twitter about the scene when she is back in the Lars homestead and she's burying the lightsabers, that she stops and is staring at the moisture evaporator. And, a lot of people were saying, and I completely agree with it, the only reason Rey would stop and look at that stuff and look at it with this strange reverence is if she's seen A New Hope. And
it's the only thing that's out there in a desert.
No, but
so she looks, what the hell's that?
Yeah, but that's when she just stops and stares at it with this reverence and slides down to it and looks around in that area before going back up to bury the lightsabers. It's weird. It's this weird
Or maybe it's because that's where Luke freaking Skywalker lived, the greatest Jedi of all time.
Yeah, but again...
So she's just looking around at it.
Yeah, but it's just a sunken-in hovel at that point. There's nothing to look at. It's all sand at this point. If they didn't show that, again, it was mostly sunken in, the moisture evaporator is, halfway sunken in over, and she has to slide down the thing. It's just this weird culmination of her only existing to be this...
Why is that convenient to you? Because it's the Force.
It's not. I'm saying that she's not. She's in The Last Jedi. There is the setup of she's a no one who is forging her own path.
I know.
And here it's turned into she's a Palpatine who is also who's again righting the original sin of the twins being separated. And then it all keeps coming back to her, in the whole "I will learn to master your brother's saber" comment to Leia. She's using the lightsaber just fine in The Last Jedi. There's this weird reverence of she's not prepared to take it.
She doesn't feel right with herself. I think that's why she said that. She got an urge of anger, or she's off of her element. I feel like that's what she meant by that.
I just don't like the way that she's like framed into this being the culmination of Luke and Leia mold. It just feels weird that everything just comes back to them in a way that makes her she becomes to Luke and Leia what Kylo is set up to be to Vader in Episode 7 by the end of the trilogy. And there is that very like, I will finish what you started. Everything you did is unabashedly the right thing, and I am going to completely live in your shadow willingly and not take point from that and learn from it. I'm just going to do as you said and do as you do completely. Yeah. And it's that like locked in the shadow of that character that like...
And it kind of feels like just a different incarnation.
Yeah.
But those incarnations can be their own character at the same time. And they were.
To an extent, but again, like she's become what Kylo was supposed to grow out of. Only she's doing it for the good guys. Where it's, you know, I'm Rey Skywalker, which again I don't have a problem with necessarily because of like because of the adoptive familial aspect of it, but there's still that weird just and that's what it feels. It has that I will finish what you started element to it, and it just feels like she's becoming more and more meant to just be Luke and Leia's. The culmination of them. Like Rey almost feels like the weird incest baby of Luke and Leia at this point, because how much she's just become them.
I think it's just a little bit of symbolism to round out the saga.
I
don't know how that detracts from her. I just can't see it.
I mean, again,
I think
the
we have
jumpsuit.
to move on now.
Yeah,
I don't know why we're arguing. I don't like the outfit anyway.
No,
yeah, this started with the outfit, by the way.
It did. I know. It's just everything with just Rey's character has just been so cattywampus. For those of you at home, Travis just screamed into Cookie Cop.
Gotta scream into the void. And I know no better void
That's
than the
true.
inside of that cookie jar.
So the last two here we have Hux. The description with it, which I didn't realize it was supposed to be purple. With defeat inevitable, Chancellor Hux uses a lightsaber from his collection to commit suicide. In the breakdown, the lightsaber is supposed to be purple. I think this is my favorite one, as like messed up as that is to say. It's just such a striking image of like him on his knees and like
it's very massive, not Disney.
Yeah. And then we have one of Leia and like her white outfit kind of mirroring the A New Hope. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope. Which like I don't know. That's another like weird outfit choice. Cause like Leia's outfits had like that very like they're elegant yet practical. And like this one has that same look as her outfit in A New Hope, where it's like just a really fluffy bathrobe. But yeah, I like it. If there's one thing I definitely like about Duel of the Fates more so than The Rise of Skywalker, it's the locations. I would have liked to have seen Coruscant. I think Coruscant would have been a better place for a final battle. Granted, The Rise of Skywalker tools itself to be oriented to come to a head on Exegol, but it is what it is, and this art is pretty nifty in my opinion. What was that?
You look like we're about to get drafted.
You look like you found out horrible news.
Well, I made a noise with my phone and I didn't.
No, but like you like dropped your phone and then put your hand up to your face like someone just told you your dog died.
Because I was sorry.
Oh,
sorry for making a noise. Now I see I shouldn't have been sorry, so there you go.
We just got nervous for you. We thought something bad happened. Travis, this next story is all you. I could never take this story from you.
Remember that time they made Poe Dameron a drug dealer? Well, Disney sure hasn't forgotten, and we're getting a book about it.
Hooray.
I had the quote up. Yeah, it's okay, so the book is going to be called
Sugar and Spice.
and everything Poe Dameron. Star Wars Poe Dameron Free Fall. This is the description of the book as told by Polygon, who had an interview or some shit, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's been a few years since Poe's mother, who was a pilot for the rebellion, passed away, and Poe and his father have had more and more trouble connecting. Not sure he wants to do with his life. Teenage Poe runs away from home to find adventure and to figure out what kind of man he is meant to be. And apparently for a little while he decides on drug dealer.
I'm gonna sling cocaine.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, sure. How many hoops?
Yeah, that was a conversation you and I were
hoop
having.
up?
Come hoop up. I don't. Again, Poe Dameron of all of the sequel trilogy characters, I think he might have Kylo Ren beat for most like eventful life. Because
apparently, yeah.
Because like you have to fit in a lot for him to be like at one point. He's like.
It says you're a teenager, so we don't like it, you know.
So how long has it been since he saw Zori Bliss? It's at least a decade now.
Yeah, probably.
Because again, it said that he was like very quick to join the New Republic fleet and then left the New Republic to join the Resistance. All of this is happening so close together. Like Poe is just a hell of a doer. He's a big doer. I'm excited for it though. Definitely going to read it, but I want to, because I want to see more of this character.
Yeah.
But it's just so weird. It's so weird. Such a weird decision. What? Oh, who is she? I mean, that was his Dragon Ball game.
Yeah.
Levi, you want to take this next story? If you're able to.
Can't.
He cannot.
He doesn't have a device in front of him to pull up this thing, but I kind of wish he was just, no, I can't. I'm not allowed to read this. My mom said no.
My mom
Why does Poe's mom have to be dead?
Because Poe's mom died, and that's why he became a drug dealer.
As with all troubled youth.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate, it's just one of those weird things.
It's a Disney film, I guess.
Yeah. Dead parents.
That's stupid.
Dead parents galore in the Rise of Skywalker.
I guess it's not that stupid because it's in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Cool people die.
Yeah. All the cool people do die at one point.
I guess it's one less character they have to worry about. But.
Yeah. She does star in Star Wars Shattered Empire. The comic that's like about the immediate fall of the Empire. She's like the main character of that, which is really good.
Cool.
Highly recommend. I'll loan it to you. I think I own it. I think I'll loan it to you if you want to read it. So yeah, this past weekend were the Grammy Awards, and no, we are not here to talk about Lizzo or Billie Eilish, but one Johnny Williams.
Did you guys see the meme that I sent?
Yeah.
Which one?
The one we talked about?
No, did we talk about? Oh yeah, we did talk about
the one
it.
about Billy. Yeah.
Local grass type
Gym
leader wins big.
She sure did.
Very, very happy.
She's grass type right now. She likes to hop around.
Yeah. Very happy for Billie Eilish. But yeah, Johnny Williams won his 25th Grammy for his Galaxy's Edge music. So congrats to the big dog.
Who saw it coming? I didn't. I wasn't watching.
But yeah, there's multiple themes inside of his Galaxy's Edge suite. It's really beautiful music. I heard it a couple times while I was there, I believe. The music's very immersive. It doesn't. There's big music happening when you first get into Galaxy's Edge, and then like it doesn't take you out of the moment when you hear it. It's very immersive stuff. So definitely worth a listen. It's in a very strange way some of the best Star Wars music, because it feels so Star Wars without being like the Imperial March, the Force theme, Duel of the Fates. It's cool stuff. Trevi, you want to take our last story here about Project Luminous?
I mean, if I have to.
I mean, yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm very sidetracked right
Do you
now.
want me to do it?
No, because then I can't look at the pretty pictures on my phone. Dokkan did its 5th anniversary, and the big headliner units just data downloaded into the game way too early.
Here, take the computer. You can take this one, Levi.
Like, look how... Hold on. Look at this.
Holy hell, that's gorgeous.
He's gorgeous. That's going to be my new background soon. As soon as I get it without all the statistic stuff.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
Dragon Ball is cool and good.
Can y'all
so
still hear me?
Still
Still hear me fine?
Yep.
Yeah, just speak loudly.
Okay, I'll speak loudly. All right. Latest news on Project Luminous. We still don't know what it is.
Officially, we don't know what it is. Rumors, yeah.
We still don't know what it is. There are rumors. They're just rumors. Your ads will not close. I keep trying to click. I keep trying to scroll. It's legit froze.
I'll take a minute off.
Yeah, it is frozen. Good night, everybody.
Details
Class dismissed.
Details will be revealed on February 24th, so in less than a month.
Very exciting stuff. I really do hope we get to hear...
What is it?
Oh, it's stuff.
Allegedly.
Oh.
Well, the only things we really know about Project Luminous is just that it's going to be a interweaving series of comics and novels. Allegedly the video game as well, and this is going to be where all the High Republic stuff comes from,
Hey.
which will tie into the next series of films. Travis is having a moment.
I'm having quite a... Holy shit.
I
Okay.
can hardly wait.
This is so
Sorry.
cute, and I love it, Travis.
I will
It's
show
okay.
you. I will show you what I just witnessed. When we're done.
Okay. I'm excited for you.
I'm excited for me too. I'm excited to hate my life tomorrow.
Have you ever spent? How much money have you spent on that Dragon Ball?
We don't
game?
need to talk about it.
I understand.
We don't need to talk about it.
I've had my moments with Galaxy of Heroes. I understand.
We can not talk about it anymore.
Okay. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to actually having information on Project Luminous.
Same.
I am ready to go all in on whatever this story is going to be. Again, really hoping that it's going to be that like Darth Plagueis novel style intrigue of like the Jedi are doing their own thing, not aware of the fact that the Sith are being very cloak and dagger influencing the galaxy.
Bunch of idiots.
Yep. That is one thing. That is one Star Wars take you and I are very much agreed on. Is just our utter disdain for the Jedi. As much as I love them, I hate everything about them.
Yep. Jedi spawned the Sith.
Yes. Almost every massive problem. The
Jedi committed genocide.
The Jedi are to the galaxy what Batman is to Gotham.
Yeah.
Like, you're really good at protecting it, but also all of the major threats are a direct result of you. Like, you have a lot of blood on your hands. You're just really good at cleaning that blood as quickly as it gets on there. But yeah, Project Luminous coming at us on the 24th. Hopefully we'll get concrete answers, and
Hopefully a light will shine upon us.
hopefully it will.
Illuminate our
Yes.
ignorance.
Luminous beings are we?
I imagine we get yes, this is about the High Republic era, assuming
Yeah.
that's all accurate, and then maybe what the first couple things are,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Well,
hopefully a game.
And again, they have the dream. They have such a dream team. They have such a dream team of Star Wars writers. You know.
yeah.
Charles Soule's in there. Kevin Scott. I believe Claudia Gray and E.K. Or no, I don't know about E.K. Johnson, but I know Claudia Gray is one of the people who are involved with this. So it's going to be whatever it is. It's going to be good. That's like the one thing that isn't up for debate.
Yeah.
So yeah, very excited, and
Very.
expect lots of coverage from that to be happening on our end.
Yeah.
Levi, where can the lovely
What's
people
up?
find you?
We still haven't made my Instagram.
I know.
You can find me at Professor Levi on Twitter.
It'll be the same name on Instagram, so just keep checking until it's there.
Will it be?
Probably.
Yeah,
Probably.
Assuming-
continuity.
Yeah. Assuming the exact name isn't taken, in which case it'll be some variation.
Sure thing. That's where you can find me, Travis. Where can the lovely people at home or in car find you?
Ooh, I like that.
Or at work?
Or at work, yeah. We don't discriminate about where you listen. Physically or platform.
Yeah,
You can find me.
I hope someone's listening
Or
at church. Like, I hope somebody has an AirPod in
Hell yeah.
and
Hell yeah.
like as they were like there was a prayer happening, heard you screeching into Cookie Cop.
I really hope. I wouldn't be able to listen to us in church. I can barely as I am going about my day to day listening, I can't help but chuckle. And then if I'm in public, I have to explain I'm laughing at myself. I'm
Right.
just that funny. What can I say? You can find me orgasming over a Dragon Ball mobile game on Twitter.
I didn't know at first if you said the word orgasm intentionally or not.
Oh, I absolutely did.
I thought that was
Look at-
breakneck pace.
You can find Travis at church.
Watch this.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. Ooh, kill him. Ooh, kill him. Ooh, kill him. Ooh.
That's a super attack animation.
I love it. That's gorgeous.
Watch this. Anyway, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Travis Political. I won't be talking about Dokkan on Instagram because every time I do, I get creeps messaging me about selling my account and shit. It's weird.
Really?
It's weird. I posted one, and I've deleted it since because I've had 2 or 3 people be like, "Hey,
No shit.
yeah, it's
That is so strange.
it's real creepy." Twitter and Instagram at Travis Political. Gonna be talking. I'm on a Dragon Ball kick right now, more so than normal.
so normal. I'm here for it.
Jared,
Yes.
where?
They,
That's becoming a bit now.
they can find me on Twitter and Instagram at DarkJedi2552. You guys can find the Nerd Academy podcast on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Be sure to check out our website, thenerdacademypodcast.com, and be sure to check us out on YouTube and subscribe, follow, and all that fun stuff. Thank you all for listening. We are honored that you have joined us, and may the force be with you all. Class dismissed.
No homework.
Space homework.
No
Space homework.
You're lying.
You're lying.